Urgent Toronto Maple Leafs fans. Do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because here, we bring you daily videos with the latest Toronto Maple Leafs updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Alright, folks, today's news is shaking up the entire NHL community, especially us die-hard Maple Leafs fans. If you thought this season was already intense with all the ups and downs, wait until you hear what just happened behind the scenes. Because, let's be honest, the Maple Leafs have been chasing that elusive Stanley Cup for years now, and every move, every trade, every rumor seems to carry more weight than ever before. And right now, the biggest story isn't just about a missed opportunity, it's about the why behind it all, and trust me, this one's a game changer. So, it all started with the buzz around the trade deadline, right? The Leafs, as everyone knows, are always in the market for top-tier talent, especially someone who can elevate their offensive game and bring that extra firepower needed to push deep into the playoffs. This season, the whispers were louder than ever about a potential blockbuster deal involving Mikko Rantanen, the star winger from the Colorado Avalanche. Rantanen has been a key piece of Colorado's success, a player with incredible scoring ability, slick playmaking skills, and a knack for clutch performances when it matters most. And if you're a Leafs fan, you know exactly how much that kind of player could change the dynamic of your team. Now, here's where things get really interesting. Elliotte Friedman, the trusted insider and one of the most reliable sources in the NHL, has finally confirmed the reason why the Toronto Maple Leafs' attempt to acquire Rantanen didn't go through. And let me tell you, it's not just about the Leafs' desire or Colorado's price tag, there's a much deeper reason behind the rejection. According to Friedman's latest report, the Avalanche management was firm in their decision to reject Toronto's trade offer because they see Rantanen as a vital part of their long-term plans. This isn't just about the next few seasons. Colorado's front office believes that Rantanen is a cornerstone of their future and a player they want to build around for years to come. Think about that for a second. Here's a team that's been competitive in recent years, pushing deep into the playoffs, even making a Stanley Cup run in 2022. Rantanen has been instrumental in that success, not just as a scorer but as a leader on the ice. So, why would Colorado be so hesitant to part ways with such a talented player? Well, sources close to the Avalanche suggest that they view Rantanen as more than just a star. They see him as a franchise player, someone who embodies their team identity and who could be a key piece in their championship pursuits for years ahead. That's a powerful statement in the NHL, especially for a team that's still trying to establish itself as a true contender. Now, for us Maple Leafs fans, this news hits hard. We all know Toronto is desperate to find that missing piece, that game changer who can elevate them from a good team to a legit Stanley Cup contender. We've seen the flashes of brilliance from Auston Matthews, Mitch Marner, and William Nylander, but the truth is, the league's best teams have that extra weapon, a player who can take over games and lift the entire roster. Rantanen, without a doubt, would have been that guy. His ability to produce points, especially in tight situations, would have fit perfectly into Toronto's style of play. Imagine the chemistry he could have built with Matthews or Marner, creating one of the most lethal offensive duos in the league. But here's the thing, the Avalanche weren't willing to compromise. As much as the Leafs might have been willing to part with prospects, picks, or even some established players, Colorado saw Rantanen as irreplaceable. And honestly, that's a testament to how highly they value him. It also sheds light on the kind of team Colorado is trying to build, one that's focused on stability, continuity, and a clear vision for sustained success. They want to keep their core intact, and Rantanen is a vital part of that puzzle. Now, I know what some of you are thinking, could the Leafs try again? Will there be other opportunities? Well, the truth is, in the NHL, trade talks are always fluid. The deadline is a tense, fast-moving window, filled with negotiations, surprises, and sometimes heartbreaks. While this particular deal might be off the table for now, it doesn't mean the Leafs are done exploring options. They'll certainly look at other avenues, whether it's free agency, other trade targets, or internal development. But let's be honest, Rantanen's name was a dream for many of us, and it's always tough to see a player of that caliber stay put when the stakes are so high. What does this mean for the Leafs moving forward? Well, it's a reminder that the NHL isn't just about talent, it's about the fit, the team's vision, and the willingness of management to make bold moves. Toronto has been aggressive in recent seasons, making trades to bolster their roster, but sometimes, the market just doesn't swing your way. It's a lesson in patience and persistence, and also a call for the Leafs to continue building through their core and their draft prospects. Looking at the bigger picture, the Leafs are now faced with a couple of realities. 1. They need to find other ways to enhance their offensive depth. Maybe it's through internal growth from players like Matthew Knies or Michael Bunting, or perhaps through strategic signings in the offseason. 2. They must remain focused on their defensive stability and goaltending, because playoff success is a combination of offense, defense, and special teams. And 3. They need to keep an eye on the bigger picture. Winning a Stanley Cup is the ultimate goal, and every move, every trade, every decision is driven by that pursuit. Meanwhile, over in Colorado, the mood is probably a mix of relief and confidence. They've managed to keep their star player, and that sends a strong message to other teams in the league. Rantanen is now officially part of their long-term plans, and their fans can breathe a little easier knowing they have their key piece locked up. It also means Colorado is likely to remain competitive, with a roster built around their superstar forwards and a solid defensive core. The Avalanche are a team to watch, especially as they continue to develop young talent like Bowen Byram and Alex Newhook, alongside their established veterans. And let's not forget, the NHL trade deadline is a wild time. Just because one deal falls apart doesn't mean there won't be other surprises. The league is full of rumors, last-minute negotiations, and unforeseen developments. Teams are always looking to strengthen their rosters, and sometimes, the best deals happen when you least expect them. For the Maple Leafs, it's about staying patient, staying focused, and continuing to build their team with a combination of veteran savvy and young talent. So, what can we learn from all this? Well, for one, that the NHL is a complex, high-stakes chess game. Every team has its own vision, and sometimes, even the most tempting offers can be turned down if they don't align with the long-term goals. For us as fans, it's a reminder to keep our expectations in check, but also to stay optimistic. The Leafs have a talented roster, a passionate fanbase, and a management team that's always looking for ways to improve. The fact that they were in serious talks for someone like Rantanen shows how committed they are to winning. And looking ahead, the offseason will be just as crucial. The Leafs will need to evaluate their roster, identify areas for improvement, and perhaps make some bold moves in the summer window. Whether that's signing a free agent, making a trade, or promoting from within their system, the goal remains the same: building a team capable of hoisting that Stanley Cup. It's a marathon, not a sprint, and every step, every decision, counts. In the end, it's all about the passion, the hope, and the relentless pursuit of greatness that defines Leafs Nation. We've seen seasons rise and fall, moments of brilliance, and heartbreaking disappointments. But that's what makes the game so exciting, right? The unpredictability, the drama, and the thrill of every game, every trade, and every story that unfolds on this journey toward hockey immortality. So, as we digest this latest news, remember that the season isn't over. There's still plenty of hockey to be played, and the Leafs will continue to fight tooth and nail for that coveted Stanley Cup. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Toronto Maple Leafs news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. And now, Toronto Maple Leafs fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think the Leafs should have gone all in on Rantanen, or do you agree with Colorado's decision to hold on to their star? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Maple Leafs. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Toronto Maple Leafs news. Whatever happens next, one thing's for sure: the passion, the drama, and the pursuit of greatness will keep us all glued to our screens. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.